Hello fellow gamers, I am your host Brent Justice and welcome back to my gaming channel Justice Gaming. I hope you all are having a blessed day today. I've got a hot coffee in front of me and I am playing F.E.A.R. Perseus Mandate. So I am pretty much thinking that this is going to end up being the last video for this series. So if it is, I will have a full review of this game at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. And as you saw in the last video, I had a bit of trouble again loading into the next level or the next section of the game, so I had to close OBS. And I actually ended up having to replay quite a bit. I had to go all the way back to those night crawlers outside and deal with those, and then come inside this facility and deal with the people there, and now I'm in the air ducts here. And I am now in Interval 07 called Extermination. So that's where it said I was. Interval 07, which I'm thinking is probably the last interval for the game. That's my hunch. And it also said that I need to get my way inside the layers, the different levels of this ATC cloning facility. And I need to basically stop the people, the soldiers, whatever, whoever, from getting Alma's genetic DNA. That's what they're after. They're after her genetic information. And that's where it's stored, is here in this cloning facility. So I think I am on the island now where that cloning facility is at. And so that's what I'm trying to do, is stop them from getting the genetic material. So Interval 07 Extermination. Let's go. Hopefully the game won't freeze on me again. If it does or won't load, I'll have to do that little trick, but we'll see what happens. My flashlight is about to run out. I'm going to let it recharge, and I'm in complete darkness. Alright, generators are on. Oh, this is the facility from our dream. So, as we've been playing Perseus Mandate, our character, whoever his name is, we still don't know his name, he's been having flashbacks or visions to this facility, the cloning facility, right? Because this is the same corridor from our vision. So we're here. This is it. This is what he was seeing. The pods and the cloning facility. So, brain working here. Brain is churning information right now. My brain is telling me, is he a clone as well? A clone that has maybe woken up or is not as, or is more intelligent than the clones they made, like the night crawlers and the other ones. Is he something different maybe? And that's why Paxton is trying to contact him, or can contact him, trying to control him, because Paxton controls all the clones with his telekinetic powers, telepathic powers, and maybe the same thing is happening to me. Ooh. And there's, oh my gosh, the walls are littered with bodies inside. Checkpoint.
Target is confirmed to be in the area. Keep your eyes peeled.
And we got to deal with these guys again.
Check it. 3 o'clock. What's your status? I think he's down. We can't stop him. Get down.
Didn't see that guy. Maybe what I just mentioned my gun was reloading real slow. So maybe what I just mentioned with my theory explains why he has bullet time as well, why he has the slow motion ability. If he has the same powers that my other character would have, the point man, that could explain it.
Stole her children and took her life. My mother does not like thieves.
That's right. Oof. They did a number in here, didn't they? Yeah, they're going around killing everybody in this cloning facility. That would make sense, though. So Alma is out. We know that. She's out now in the wild, right? So one of the first places she might want to attack would be this cloning facility. That actually makes a lot of sense, story-wise. I don't know why these ghosts keep trying to drag me out. Offline. Well, one of these. They got me with that one.
Document it all. Leave nothing out. Yes, sir.
Alma. She's gonna mess him up. What did I say?
What the fuck?
Oh, that's creepy. She's just running around like a little kid. Killing people. Oh, that laugh was so good, though. That was a good laugh. Definitely a good, creepy laugh.
Clear the area. Target acquired. Need reinforcements. Fire in the hole. Target spotted. Get to cover. You wiped out the whole squad.
I make really loud footsteps, apparently. Let's wait for my flashlight to recharge. I look like I'm going into a dark area. I'm hearing screams and all kinds of crazy noises. Oh yeah, Alma has been here, everybody.
The subject has changed. Anyone can see that. Raya says it's because of her. ATC's quarantined the facility and placed us all under precautionary observation.
Oh, we're in that room. Let's check it out. Oh, yep. Blood everywhere. Yeah, this place... Oi. She does not mess around.
My name is John Briers. I'm a geneticist with Armacham's Perseus project. The entire facility is in lockdown. We are being held prisoner.
Get the fiddle. They're here.
Something has gone wrong with the second prototype.
I never cared much for him.
Yeah. We know who he's talking about, the Point Man. From F.E.A.R. We got the first prototype and the second prototype. Whoa, okay. Pretty scary. They're definitely amping up the scare factor now that we're in the cloning facility, that's for sure. Checkpoint. Well, that elevator is out of service.
Look out, grenade! Target in sight. Get to cover. Can you see him?
My reflexes were not working. My footsteps are so loud. Well, that's something. Keep getting an unknown origin incoming message come up. Wonder what that means. Whoa, Paxton creeping me out. Okay, it looks like we're going down into the facility's bottom place area where her genetic material is at, I believe. Okay, good. It didn't crash this time. Interval 07 Extermination clone production. Situation. Nightcrawler forces have penetrated deep into the cloning facility. F.E.A.R. Sergeant is fighting his way through them, moving deeper underground into the heart of the dead structure. Captain Rains has arrived on the island and is securing the surface. Eliminate Nightcrawler forces and secure the genetic material for which they are searching. Pods, we saw those in our vision. Cloning pods, I'm guessing. It's a big place. Oh, a lot of death in here. Alma? Am I gonna have to fight dead people? I will, but...
Just heard from level 1. There was heavy fighting there. Baker 2 isn't responding. Where the hell is everyone? Reinforcements. Suppressive fire. I'm in trouble.
You're not in trouble, you're dead. Oh. What are you, room? Big empty room? This place is just huge. How is it so big? Alright, they are loading me up here. Penetrator, but I have this repeating cannon, so it's like, not repeating cannon, is it a repeating cannon? Whatever it is, I have it. So, you know, should be okay.
Grenade. Grenade. We have a situation. We're taking casualties. Report.
I have a lot of ammo on this thing, so I think I'm okay. I don't know what I will be facing at the end. Is it going to be like a boss? This game really hasn't had boss fights. Like one big ending boss fight. Hasn't really had that. How did he see me?
Track's been enhanced.
They're giving me the shotgun, but I'm gonna stick with this.
I need backup.
Working pretty well. Plus, these guys reload the ammo on it, so that works. Okay, more pods. More pod people. Looks like we're going down. Oh, did you see that? A ghost. It was looking at me. That was pretty creepy. Well, that's fun. I wonder why they want to drag you down. What's that all about? Got some grenades. Got mines. They keep giving me a lot of mines, too. Another big empty room. Another penetrator. I don't know that I need it necessarily.
They should have left us alone here together.
Alright, Paxton, just tell me all the answers, will ya? Stop being so cryptic. Just tell me all the answers. What is up? How am I connected? Because I obviously am. Man, this place is just filled. Oh, okay. I think those ghosts are about to manifest.
Target is confirmed to be in the area. Watch out, grenade. Need reinforcements. What's your status?
Status, no longer alive. Why do we have a meat grinder in here, huh? Seriously, why create a machine? I guess it literally is a meat grinder. It looks like the bodies come rolling through here and it grinds them up. What is the point of that? Why does that exist? Why is that a thing? Why is a meat grinder a thing in here? Okay, this platform comes down and allows us to go across, so each time we have to like bring this down to get to the next level.
All units, Bravo Foxtrot, going. Team, take cover. We have a situation.
Really, guy? Oh, there's a turret up there. That's what's shooting at me. Couldn't figure out what was shooting at me, but there was a turret up at the top. Oh, crap. I just walked right into that.
Get to cover. Get down. Grenade, get down.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, dude. Right there, huh? Bye-bye. Are they above me? No, it's another freaking turret. They're throwing turrets at me, apparently. I just had to use a health.
You're finished.
What? Look at you hanging on the wall. Can't see with the smoke. Why was he so hard to kill? Jeez. Okay, had to use another health.
Alright, they are mercs, but they obviously didn't cobble a team together to do this. This is a permanent freestanding army. Never seen anything like it before. There are no names, no ID of any kind on any of them. But they've got files on us. You, me, Betters, Chen. Whoever they are, they're connected. The more I see of this, the more I don't like it.
No, I don't either. One of these places again? Nope. Yeah, we're like going down and across, down and across, down and across.
I felt her reach out and walk through their minds.
Good for you. Oh.
She found me here, hiding from her, if you can imagine such a thing. They were trying to protect me. Foolish of them, really. She was my mother.
So they're giving us a background on, oh. Is he eating something? Is he eating a person? Yeah, one of these places. Alright, going across again. Turret. 2 turrets. slow motion ability is really good for those turrets too. Okay, penetrator, shotgun. I'm gonna stick with this.
Press site, we reinforced.
Armor. Turret. Turret. Is it on the other side? It was a very late turret. I'm gonna let it have fun over there. We've got a grenade launcher, but I still have the repeating cannon thingy, so I'm not gonna worry about it. It's a big cavernous area.
Let's end this fuck now.
Okay, that hurt. Okay, I don't know why these guys are so difficult all of a sudden. They're really fast though, that's for sure. Okay, these ones are like stealth guys here. They're really bopping and bopping around here. Booping and bopping. Okay. I think I learned a lesson. I was killed. Maybe I think I will use this repeating cannon thing on him now. These guys are apparently extremely difficult. Let's end him.
Let's end this fuck now.
They can be destroyed. They're just really dodgy. They really can dodge. I think I got him. There might be one more. Nope, there's two more. I'm having to use a lot of healths right now. And when my, there's a turret over there too, shooting me. When my reflexes run out, is not good.
Let's end this.
I'm trying to end this, but you're making it difficult. Another health I had to use. Oh, there's turrets everywhere. Okay, well, that was a challenge. I had to use so many healths. Like 3 healths there. that I ended up using. And then there were 2 turrets that just appeared out of nowhere. I guess they attached them, but I didn't see them do it, so that hurt. But those guys were ducking and dodging, and they really come at you pretty hard. Yeah, it's that quick movement they can do where they dodge. It's tough to beat against. But I'm glad I had the repeating cannon. That was very helpful right there. Paxton.
Did I tell you about my brother? You remind me of him. I didn't like him either.
Yeah, we know.
I never met my brother until the day he killed me. We're a complicated family. Wouldn't you agree?
I would agree. Well, it looks like we're going down to a vault. Obviously, it's not the same one that Alma's in. Or was in, I should say. She's not in now. Alright, Interval 07 Extermination Showdown. This sounds like the last thing. Both Nightcrawler and F.E.A.R forces have arrived at the heart of the facility. A secured chamber found at the bottom of the compound. Nightcrawler operatives are preparing to extract Alma's DNA from the chamber. Prevent Nightcrawler forces from securing Alma's DNA by any means necessary. Rendezvous with Captain Rains on the surface of the island. I think this is it. I think this is the final showdown. Let's see what we're gonna have to do here. Last interval section.
Open and us out of here in 5 minutes.
You don't want to do that.
Sir, Paxton Fettel has entered the area.
Ignore him. Get the vault open.
But
I said ignore him.
I don't think that's so easy to ignore Paxton Fettel.
Seal the exits. Don't let him get away. Move in. Advance on target. Close in.
Whoa, where did this guy come from? He's jumping on me from the sky.
Sir, the vault is open. We're going in. Did we get him? Evacuate the area.
Oh, I think Paxton has got you, my friend. Okay, we got some ghosts.
What the? Where did that come from?
Okay, they're fighting ghosts. Well, I'm gonna let them have fun with that. Alma not happy. Yep. They're gone. Do I really want to go down here where she just murdered everybody? 'Cause I don't know. I guess we are, however, going to do that. We're going into the vault, everyone. Here we go. There's always a vault of some kind.
I did warn you. This is not your affair. Leave.
So apparently, that's happening. The walls are turning.
I have the DNA. Prepare for extraction.
Ah, DNA. Do I need to stop them? The music just turned on. I think I have to stop them. I think I'm probably going back out. Oh, we got a turret. Probably gonna have to go back out to the surface. Up the elevator. Whoa, 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 whoa. Nice. Placed turret mines everywhere.
Surely F.E.A.R can do better than you.
Okay, well, I guess we're not going out that way. We're going back down into the hole. That was rather anticlimactic. I thought there would be something to do inside the area where the genetic material was. But no, we're just running back out, running away. What is that going on down here? That's a weird room. One of them. Grenade. Used a couple of healths just now. Another health just now. Blew myself up. Alright. I got a little trigger happy there. Yep, I blew myself up with a grenade. So what? What does it matter? Alright, now we know that this is a bad room of death. Well, that's how you deal with that. Let's end this with a shotgun. How about that? Yeah, they had a lot of people in here. Jeez. I'm gonna keep the repeating cannon thing, but let's end this with a shotgun. That sounds like fun. I think he's gone. Haha, that was kind of fun, actually. I just kind of went in there with everything, you know? So this thing's almost empty, so I'll go back to that. That was fun, getting to use the repeating cannon a lot there. Whoa, 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 whoa! Come on, I'm just gonna blast him. I'm just gonna blast him. I'm blasting him. Okay, now I'm reloading. Wow. Well, I'm glad I picked that up. Jeez. Wanted to go back into this room because I had missed it. Well, that was fun. That was a nice little fight there. I just kind of wanted to have a little fun. I used a lot of healths, though. I did use a lot of health for that, and ammo and everything. Had a lot of hard guys to take out there. Checkpoint, though. They really are piling on everybody here right at the end of this. I think that's where we go, but let me just check over here. Okay. Got some grenades. Or where are we exactly? I don't know. I think we've maybe been in this area. There's a lot of weapons over there.
That is sending one of his tin men to kill me? Typical.
I should have shot him. Why didn't I shoot him?
Kill him, or don't bother returning.
Okay, so this is going to be a big battle zone, huh? I'm reloading. Come on, reload faster, weapon. Yeah, when you're in slow motion, the reloading is like crazy slow.
Looks like I'm going to have to do this myself.
Okay, these guys are just... What is up? Why are they so tough? They're like really advanced night crawlers.
Target marked. Surround him. We've got him. Move in.
Take cover.
Jeez. They do not die so easily.
Won't stop them. You are a fool. You think this is over.
Look at him flipping off walls. Okay, I guess this is my boss fight I was wanting.
Get topside once you've recovered the DNA.
Well, I was saying that that none of the other games, F.E.A.R or F.E.A.R Extraction Point, had a boss fight, right? And I was wondering if they were going to do something like that in this game. They did give us that. We had a boss fight, literally. All right. I wasn't expecting that. I was not expecting that. What did that just do? Give me like a big health increase? Hi.
Delta Force choppers inbound. Let's move.
Okay, look, if they're giving me a grenade launcher, it's for a reason, right? What's he shooting at? Alright, guy, I'm gonna need some help here. If I hit him hard enough, it should take him down. If I hit him enough. See, that took him down. Alright, I see. I'm gonna go back. Since this thing's almost empty, actually, what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna take these guys out first. And hopefully that killed them, and it did. Alright, I'm gonna go back, and they're getting my armor. I'm grabbing that. Can I not grab it? There we go. Alright, that's what we're gonna use on this guy then. Did that get him? No. Is that not killing him? Okay, I just used all my ammo on this guy. Wow. I'm surprised that took like everything I had. Is there one more guy? Oh, look, the sky is orange. So this is the end of F.E.A.R extraction point. We're in the timeline. We're at the end of F.E.A.R extraction point at this point now, because the sky is orange. Well, that's good. I know where I am on the timeline now. Nope, there's more out here. Okay, what are they giving me? Penetrator, huh? Let's go for some of these sniper shots out here. Get them from a distance if I can. Well, actually, that worked extremely well. I guess we'll get the, not what I wanted. We'll get the penetrator now. Don't scare me like that. Did we get them all? No, we did not. Okay, I'm gonna pound this guy. Let's go, 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 let's go. Dang, he takes a lot.
Sergeant, to the docks, now!
Yep, sky is orange, Alma's angry. We had a pretty big fight right here at the end. They really did put a lot on us right here in this last interval. Getting out of here for sure was pretty crazy. How are they going to end this, though? Is Alma going to climb into our helicopter?
Team's gonna need a new lieutenant after this. I think Chen had wanted to be you.
Why are they disappearing into the... Question mark? What happened? That's it? That's how it ends? Okay, well, I guess I finished F.E.A.R. Perseus Mandate. Someone will have to explain to me why he vanished as a ghost at the end. Explain to me who he was, what his name was. I'll look back and see, but I missed his name. Who was he and why did he vanish as a ghost? That's my question for the end here, but pretty much that's just the end of Perseus Mandate. A very underwhelming ending, I would say. Alright, so as usual, how I'm going to play this here for my review is I'm going to let the credits play. I like to watch the credits and see if there's a cutscene or an end credit scene or an after credit scene at the end. And if there is, I will cut in and show that. If there's not, I will make a cut here and go straight to my review for F.E.A.R. Perseus Mandate.
Remember, no one touches the source but me.
We've got Morrison.
What was that I got? Fetals.
Acceptable.
So we got Fetals DNA. Is that what that cutscene says? But they didn't get Morrison. Morrison died. We saw him got hit by a truck. So I'm not sure what they mean by we have Morrison. But we have Paxton Fettle's DNA? Or they have Paxton Fettle's DNA? Ooh. Could lead to something else in the future. Alright. Okay, everybody. Welcome to my gaming channel, Justice Gaming. I am now going to give my overall review of F.E.A.R. Perseus Mandate. This is my gameplay review of it. After having just played F.E.A.R. Perseus Mandate, this comes at the very end of playing the last video in my playlist, playing that game. So as of this point, I have now played F.E.A.R., the original F.E.A.R., first Encounter Assault Recon, and the follow-up, F.E.A.R. Extraction Point, and then the follow-up to that, F.E.A.R. Perseus Mandate. I have played all three of those here in October of 2023. So if you are watching this video in the future, that is when I played all three of these games back-to-back in October of 2023. And yes, these are very old games, but I definitely enjoyed them, and I thought fit really well for being October games, something for Scary Month. And I have, of course, played the original F.E.A.R. back when it was originally launched, when it came out in 2005. I played it then. I also played F.E.A.R. Extraction Point when it came out in 2006. So those two I did play. And I found out by playing this one now, F.E.A.R. Perseus Mandate, which came out in 2007, I had not played this game. So nothing to me was familiar in this game at all as I moved through it. I apparently just never played this one, and that's kind of shocking to me because I have played F.E.A.R 2 and F.E.A.R 3 following all of these games, so it's very odd I never played Perseus Mandate, but I guess I never did. Nothing was familiar to me, so this was a new experience for me, a new gameplay experience, and I enjoyed it for that. I enjoyed having a new game that I am now familiar with, and I already knew the plot and the story of the franchise, but this game gave a little bit more insight to that, a little bit more about the Perseus project, the clones, and the DNA of Alma and Paxton that they had in this cloning facility on this island. So that was good to learn. But let's go back and talk about this game a little bit. So, first of all, this game did come out in 2007. That is 1 year after Extraction Point. And then, of course, Extraction Point came out 1 year after F.E.A.R. So this game is 2 years removed from the main game of F.E.A.R. It's using the same game engine, the Lithtech Jupiter EX game engine. So it's going to have the same similar feel and mechanics to F.E.A.R and F.E.A.R Extraction Point, and it certainly did, and we'll get into that and talk about that. But let's talk first a little bit about the controversy with this game, because yes, there is a little bit of controversy, or I wouldn't necessarily say controversy, maybe more of canon, right? It's more about what's canon and what's not. So I looked it up to get my facts straight. F.E.A.R, the original game, was developed by Monolith Productions, okay? And it was published by Vivendi, Universal Games. Now, the official DLC, you could call it, the official, I don't know if you call Extraction Point an expansion or a DLC. To me, I look at it like a DLC, but back then they might have called it an expansion. But certainly, Extraction Point was a direct sequel to F.E.A.R. And if you haven't seen my playthroughs, by the way, of my F.E.A.R and F.E.A.R Extraction Point playthroughs, go watch those. I gave individual reviews for those games on the last videos of those playlists, so definitely check out my reviews of those games if you haven't seen me play them. So I won't talk about those games specifically, but I'll just say as it connects to Perseus Mandate. So F.E.A.R was, developed by Monolith, published by Vivendi, but that is not the case for Extraction Point. It was actually developed by Timegate Studios, but still published by Vivendi. Okay. Well, the same is actually true of Perseus Mandate. It was also developed by Timegate Studios, same developers of Extraction Point, and also published by Vivendi. So, Extraction Point and Perseus Mandate share the same developer and publisher. Whereas, in the original F.E.A.R, the developer was Monolith. Now, in F.E.A.R 2, it goes back to the developer being Monolith, but the publisher also changes in F.E.A.R 2 to Warner's. So, there's some differences there. But why I bring that up and why that's important is, even though Timegate Studios is the same one that developed Extraction Point and Perseus Mandate, apparently, Extraction Point is the official sequel to F.E.A.R, whereas Perseus Mandate is not. Perseus Mandate is actually considered an expansion, or an expansion pack. It's like an expansion of the story, but it's not necessarily prime canon, which is confusing because it's the same developer and same publisher, especially as Extraction Point. So that does make it a little confusing, but then in F.E.A.R 2 it goes back to Monolith, and apparently that kind of erases or changes or just flat out ignores Perseus Mandate. So kind of put that in your headspace when you're watching the playthrough of Perseus Mandate and you're watching the storyline here. It's not necessarily followed up or carried out in the same way that F.E.A.R 2 and F.E.A.R 3 do. So just keep that in mind. Perseus Mandate, I guess it's considered more of a soft a soft canon or a beta canon kind of a deal. And a lot of people call the F.E.A.R Extraction Point and F.E.A.R Perseus Mandate the Vivendi timeline. So it kind of sits in its own, like, sphere. Those 3 games kind of sit in their own sphere and are kind of separated from F.E.A.R 2 when we get to that. So just kind of keep that in mind about how all that is separated there. But the game itself, Perseus Mandate, it pretty much removes us from playing as the first F.E.A.R team that we played in both F.E.A.R and Extraction Point. We are no longer playing as the Point Man. We are no longer a son of Alma. We are no longer connected to Paxton Fettel as a brother. We are now a completely new, different character playing a secondary F.E.A.R team that is sent to investigate things at Armacham and all this stuff. We're actually sent to explore this thing called Perseus. It's a project called Perseus. And so that is now what our team is doing. But yet, at the same time, we have superpowers. We have the same bullet time. We have the same slow motion reflexes that the Point Man has in F.E.A.R and Extraction Point, which is confusing at first. As a regular person, why would we have this superpower? So that throws you off a little bit. But if they completely had removed that mechanic, I think a lot of people would have been upset because they like the slow motion. That is one of the things that made the F.E.A.R franchise its thing, that gave it an identity, having that gameplay mechanic. So if they had removed that in Perseus Mandate, I think a lot of people definitely would have complained. So I am trying to figure out why we have that ability, right? And I'm trying to figure out actually what happened in the plot and storyline of Perseus Mandate. So as to the plot and storyline here, I think what happened, and correct me if I'm wrong, Perseus is the project by which the clones were made. The Nightcrawlers and the other cloned army that is controlled by Paxton. And that was done from the DNA of Alma, right? And Paxton, I guess, after he was born. So you have like probably soldiers that were made from Alma and then soldiers that were made from Paxton. And their DNA is stored at that cloning facility that we meet at the very end of the game. The question is, how does our character, the main character, connect to all that? Is he just one of those clones as well? But then how did he end up in the military? How is he connected to the F.E.A.R team? I don't know. I'm actually a little confused and will need to read up about that. Because that's my theory at the moment, is that he was a clone, but then why is he conscious of everything that's going on? Why is he, how did he end up rising in ranks through the military and like not being controlled by Alma and Paxton? How is Paxton or Paxel? It's Paxton, right? Paxton Fettel. One of those. Yeah, so I'm just a little confused on the character that I'm playing here and how he's all connected. But we are obviously haunted by Paxton. We're not so much haunted by Alma, which makes me think maybe we are a clone from Paxton's DNA, not Alma's DNA. That might make sense. So we're not necessarily brothers with him, but we're just one of the clones, right? And that gives us this slow motion ability. But then why wouldn't all the other clones have the slow motion ability? Some of them have a really fast ability to dodge and move really fast, like the Nightcrawlers. But why can we slow down time? So that's my theory there, is that maybe we're from Paxton's DNA, and that's how we're able to slow down time and do bullet time. So they had to answer that somehow. But I guess that storyline is not carried through in the next F.E.A.R game. I don't remember. I'll need to play F.E.A.R 2 again to remember. So that's my thoughts on the overall plot and story there. I think it's pretty good. I actually think it's a good plot. I actually do. I think if they had wanted to make Perseus Mandate canon and continue F.E.A.R 2 from this, they could have, because it's actually a good plot. And it makes sense that there would be a cloning facility, because you have to make the clones from something and somewhere, and it would make sense that Alma would want to go there and destroy everybody. That would be like the first place she would want to go. After she breaks out of Project Origin, she would want to go destroy the cloning facility. She would want to kill everybody who was involved in that cloning facility, right? That actually is logical and makes sense. So from a storyline perspective, it makes sense. I get it. Absolutely, that makes sense. And that's actually a good storyline to explore. And the whole thing of where the clones come from, that opens up more backstory to the whole universe, and I think it's actually important. So I'm very happy with the storyline. I don't know why they ditched it going forward. I really don't know why. Because Perseus Mandate actually has a good story. It really does. So those are my thoughts there on the story going into this. Let's talk a little bit about the gameplay. This game was criticized for its experience and the graphics, and I get that criticism now. The game feels very different because we are not playing a prime character. We're playing a side character. It's almost a side mission kind of a game. And it also is not continuing after the main events of F.E.A.R or F.E.A.R Extraction Point. It's existing in the middle of F.E.A.R. We're going back in time to during the events of F.E.A.R. And we're going back in time during the events of Extraction Point. So we're going back and exploring part of the universe we've already been in. So it's a little repetitive in that way. We kind of know what to expect. Although we can line up the timelines very well because we can see what's going on, like the clones going dormant, the orange sky at the end. We have these clues, or when Project Origin explodes, we have these clues that tells us where we are in the timeline when it's happening, so we have that going on. And from a gameplay perspective, they did introduce a couple of new things. We had the heavy mech armor show back up again, the heavy mech dude, and boy was that a tough scene. They put us, this time, instead of a parking garage, they put us in closed quarter combat, really close quarters combat here. Having to go, well, there he is right there in the scene, having to go in these very closed quarters in the hallways, and he was breaking through walls and busting down walls. That was new, and so that was interesting. We also had some new weapons. We had a chained lightning gun, which was kind of fun. We had a new kind of like really powerful rifle thing with a really good scope on it. That was new, so those kind of things brought a little bit of fun to the game. We had new enemies. We had these new soldiers that were like really tough. Then we had these other soldiers that could really dodge people, make these really fast movements and dodge. And so those new elements were interesting. But other than those like new additions, we didn't have a ton of new mechanics in put in here. It was just basically new weapons or new enemies to explore, right? We did have the ghost trying to bring you down and pull you through the ground, so that was interesting. So they added a little bit. I don't know if it's enough for being, again, 1 year removed from Extraction Point, 2 years removed from F.E.A.R. I don't know if it's enough of a change, especially since this is a standalone expansion. You might have thought maybe there would be a little more added to it. But it was an evolution of it, for sure, just a very small evolution of it. So, yeah, there's really not much to talk about with the gameplay there. I think they had a lot more exploding things, like the environment around you could explode more. You had, computer servers and walls and generators and things that would explode around you and blow up and create a lot of like physical destruction around you. I think they probably turned up the dial on that a little bit, had some more destructible objects, so that was, you know, brought a little bit more entertainment to it overall. Let's get into the graphics now and talk about the graphics of the game, because that was heavily criticized as well in this game, and I can see the criticisms on the graphics. It's the same graphics engine as F.E.A.R and Extraction Point, but it had been 2 years since F.E.A.R, 1 year since Extraction Point, and the graphics did not evolve. I felt that the graphics actually looked better in Extraction Point. So this one, definitely the texture quality was pretty low, especially in the first couple of intervals. That texture quality was really bad. I made the mention that it felt like Half-Life 2 at the beginning, but actually thinking about it, it felt like Half-Life 1. It literally felt like going back and playing Half-Life 1. It was pretty poor at the beginning. So I don't know why they didn't try to like make some improvements again, especially since this is a standalone expansion. They could have maybe put a little bit more work into upping the texture quality and upping the polygon count a little bit, upping the object quality, because even the object quality was very low also. The polygon count was pretty low. And again, this game came out in 2007, so you have to think, you know, it should have looked better than F.E.A.R or Extraction Point. It really should have, and it did not. So for a 2007 game, it did not live up to what a 2007 game should have looked like. And the lighting was also pretty poor in many scenarios. Even though it still had use of the light and the shadows, it was pretty bad in some places. I think F.E.A.R did a much better job of that stark contrast between bright lights and really dark shadowy corners and areas. I think F.E.A.R did that better. So I think this game kind of dropped the ball on the visual quality. I think even Extraction Point was better, in my opinion, from a graphics perspective. But at least the game would run really well, right? So there's that. Alright, let's talk about the scariness of the game, because I really have a bone or a beef to pick with the scariness of F.E.A.R Perseus Mandate. This game was not scary. It lost. It dropped the ball on the scare factor. It was not scary. We did not have the Alma scares that we had in F.E.A.R or even Extraction Point. Just wasn't there. And that again is because we are not the point man, we're not the main character. We are playing, yes, during the time of F.E.A.R and Extraction Point, but we're not dealing directly with, like, looking for Alma or whatever. And we're being only slightly haunted by Paxton Fettel. Only slightly. The scares were not there. I was hoping and wanting some big scares. This didn't have it. The creepiness wasn't there. So there were a couple of things. We did have visions from our character's perspective. We had some visions. That was interesting. Not scary, but just interesting. We had a couple of scares from Paxton. There were a couple of jump scares that got me in the game. I think maybe only two that got me. One at the beginning and one closer in the middle or toward the end that got me. But otherwise, that was it. There were the creatures that would pull you down through the ground, and at first that got me because I didn't expect it. But then after that, I knew when to expect it. When I saw a blood puddle and I saw the hate he's from the blood puddle, I knew that a creature was going to grab me, so it wasn't scary after that. I knew when to expect it. So that was cool the first couple of times, but after that, I knew to expect it, and it didn't scare me. Alma rarely showed up. Only at the very end. Only at the very end. And she didn't even scare us. She was just there to kill other people. So she wasn't haunting us. And so that wasn't scary. We missed the Alma. Alma is what makes F.E.A.R scary. And she wasn't really there. There was a little bit of creepiness with the dark areas, but they really didn't push into that. And they could have more. The music also was not creepy. So one of the things I praised about F.E.A.R and even Extraction Point was the music and the audio was creepy. During F.E.A.R, you literally had the birth pains from Alma chanting in your ear. And it was so creepy, and it was just really, really good stuff. Like, it wasn't just the visuals, but it was the audio. But in Perseus Mandate, it wasn't there. There were so many places that were just empty noise. It was just nothing. There was just quiet. It was silence. And then when things amped up with the music, it was just a big action scene. And that's it. So the audio cues were not there to make it eerie and scary. So they really, really lost the plot on the scariness of F.E.A.R in Perseus Mandate. So that's probably a big reason why a lot of people also probably did not like Perseus Mandate as much. Because it just lost that fear factor of F.E.A.R. But it wasn't F.E.A.R anymore at that point. It wasn't scary. Which is shocking because, again, Timegate Studios made it. And Timegate Studios made Extraction Point, and they did really well with Extraction Point. So why did they drop the ball on Perseus Mandate? That's my question. Why? Same publisher, same developer, but they dropped the ball the second time. That's a little disappointing. Now, let's talk about the locations. The one thing I was impressed with this game was the difference and the change in the locations of the game. So in F.E.A.R, we were mostly inside an office building and warehouses and all of that. In this game, we went to a lot of different places. And that was really unique. We were in sewers, we were in a power plant. We had this cloning facility at the end, which was really impressive. We had a mining area under a mine. We had just some new areas that we had never seen before in the game. So they did create new art assets, new art, new objects for the game. Absolutely, they did work. They put work into the game, you can tell. They made these new areas. So that's impressive. And I did like exploring those new areas. So that was cool seeing that. We also had a lot of outdoor areas. There was a lot of outdoor combat, walking through the city or walking between buildings. And that was really unique. We also saw another facility, another Armacham facility. Facility that we got to go through. And then the whole cloning facility at the end was really impressive. It was huge. Big area. They really put a lot of work into that one. So I do have to give the game kudos for new areas to explore and new visuals to see in the game that we did not see in F.E.A.R or Extraction Point. Although Extraction Point had my favorite area of all, which was the hospital. We did not get a hospital scene here. We had a little bit of, some bloody areas, kind of like that in the cloning facility, but the hospital in Extraction Point impressed me the most. That was awesome. We had a little bit of an asylum kind of a look in this one because we did go to Auburn City and we were in an apartment building that had collapsed, and that was kind of creepy, so I liked that in this game. Also, it did connect to Extraction Point because we came out of the subway and the same subway we had to go into in Extraction Point, so we had that connection, and that was really cool. I liked when they did that. It kind of connects the games. I like that a lot. So those are my thoughts on the locations of the game, the gameplay, the visuals. I think my overall impression of F.E.A.R Perseus Mandate is that at the start of the game, I was a little iffy on if I was really going to get into the game, really, really get into it. I was feeling that it was just okay of a game. It was just a game. But then by the end of it, it amped up. Once we got into the cloning facility, it seems like that's where they put the majority of their work into this game is in the cloning facility, because that was very involved and there was a lot there. Although I will say I was disappointed when I got into the actual room where the genetics were for Alma. He took the genetic DNA and ran. And I was hoping that there would be a little bit more at that very bottom vault section. I was hoping that there would maybe be a computer to access and we'd get a little bit of background or lore there, or there would be something unique to do. Maybe we blow it up. That would have actually been fun. Like I think what we should have done, our character, would be to put a bomb on it and blow up the storage place or area where they were holding all that stuff. That would have been nice to like leave the area and have it explode, because we did that in F.E.A.R. We exploded Project Origin at the end of F.E.A.R. I think we should have exploded this place. We should have blown it up. We didn't do that. I think that would have been a better ending for that facility. And I think we should have done that. So I'm a little underwhelmed with, once we got into the bottom section of the cloning facility, how that turned out. But then as we left the cloning facility, they amped it up by killing a whole bunch of people. We had some really armored guys to take out. And they really threw a lot of enemies at us. A lot of action. And we had a boss fight. So that's one thing I brought up in F.E.A.R. and Extraction Point. We never had a boss fight. Especially in F.E.A.R. It just ended with Project Origin blowing up, and we never had a boss fight. We had to blow up Project Origin. That was the boss. But in this one, we did have a boss fight. We had that soldier guy. I don't even know his name. I forgot it. And that's the thing about this game. I kind of forget names. It was so underwhelming that I've kind of forgotten the names of everybody. But anyway, we had a boss fight. So that was cool. And he was really tough. So we had that. That was something new, I guess. New gameplay element. Yeah, so a boss fight. That was good. And that's the other thing I kind of wanted to say about this game, is that this game, it seems like they turned down the scare factor and made it more of an action game. This game was action-oriented and action-focused. And that's what I was worried that they would do in the future with the F.E.A.R. games. So F.E.A.R. was more of a horror game. It was more scary. It was more of a thriller. F.E.A.R. Extraction Point, yes, they amped up the action, but it was still scary. It was still a F.E.A.R. game. It was still a horror game. Well, they lost the plot on Perseus Mandate. They just went all-out action on it and just really dialed down the F.E.A.R. stuff. And so they moved into more of an action-oriented game, and I was afraid that they would do that. And they might do that with they might have done that with the later ones, especially F.E.A.R. 3. I want to say that they did that. They leaned real heavily on the action stuff with F.E.A.R. 3, but it's hard to remember. I need to go back and play those games, which I'll probably do in the following months of Halloweens coming up. The next couple of Halloweens, I think I'll do F.E.A.R. 2 for 2024, F.E.A.R. 3 for 2025. How does that sound? Each October I'll do a F.E.A.R. and any DLCs that are associated with it. So yeah, it just seems like they leaned more into the action here with Perseus Mandate. And I mean, that's okay if that's what you're going to make. Just make that. I guess that's why it's a standalone game. It's an action game, which is okay. It can be that if that's what it wants to be, and that's what it was. But it did lose a little bit of that shine that F.E.A.R. had. You know what I mean? All right, I think it's about time I end this. That's been a very long review of F.E.A.R. Perseus Mandate. I definitely had a lot to say about it, and I can definitely say that I had never played this game before, and I'm very glad that I now have played it and added it to my repertoire of games. It's good to get it under the belt and kind of complete that F.E.A.R. franchise. And now I know what it's all about. So I want to give a big shout out, as I always do, to all the game developers, all of the graphics artists, all of the writers, everybody who went into making F.E.A.R. Perseus Mandate. Thank you so much for providing that experience to gamers. I am very happy to have played it and have that experience and just be entertained for a little while, you know, just be entertained. And I am also thankful to everybody who watched all of my videos, watched this entire playlist, watched my F.E.A.R. playlist, my F.E.A.R. Extraction Point, and Perseus Mandate. Thank you for watching these playthroughs and spending your time with me, listening to me, watching these games. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Hope you all had a great time and enjoyed the playthrough. I tried to give a very immersive experience and a very good review here at the end, giving you my personal thoughts and opinions on F.E.A.R. Perseus Mandate. As always, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.